So, Klirrton, everyone's favorite brutal death metal pedal company, is at it again. And this time it's with the Oh My Goat. And I've been having tons of people tell me that I need to check this out and really raving about it. I think it was originally going to be a limited thing for a Facebook group, and they just keep making them because the demand's there. I think this should be a permanent part of their line, but I don't know if this is eventually going to stop being made or not. But it's really good. It's based off of the Bone Shaker section of the Grindstein that they make. The Grindstein, their Swedish chainsaw preamp. And a lot of people liked how the Bone Shaker section, which was just the distortion section, not the more chainsaw section, the grind section, sounded. So they went to work redesigning it. Of course, now it has a 3-band EQ, more distortion on tap. It has a built-in boost and a built-in gate. And that's where the Oh My Goat comes in. Now, a couple of things really impressed me with this. I really like the tone stack with it. It feels a lot, and I know that this is something that's thrown around, it feels a lot like tube amp distortion. It doesn't feel a lot like pedal distortion. And what feels like pedal distortion and what sounds like it is, it's this coldness. It can be thin in the low end or just oversaturated. It can be harsh in the top end and very fizzy or sound like bees. And the mid-range just really isn't there, and there's not a lot harmonically interesting happening in the mid-range. Whereas this pedal has plenty going on the low end without getting muddy. It has the ability to dial in a lot of top end, cut, clarity, without ever getting really fizzy or sounding like bees. But the mid-range is what really does it for the tone stack. The mid-range is very harmonically complex, very warm, and the more you dial it in, the more kind of like it sounds like it's coming from a tube amp. Like, you get this clarity with it and this warmth, and it adds this chug, but if you dial it back, you can get some of that more kind of transistor standard distortion pedal sound that we're all accustomed to. And you'll hear it when I mess with it. I'm going to scoop the mids, and it's going to go from more of like a transistor distortion pedal sound, and the more I dial it in, it's going to warm right up. It sounds great. And what really made it for me was the built-in boost. You have more gain on tap than you'd ever need, but that's true for most amps anyway. The boost isn't really about getting more gain. It's about adding more cut, clarity, aggression, and tightening up that low end. I mean, that's something that's a part of extreme metal in general and has been for decades. Most metal tones are going to be somebody boosting their amplifier with some sort of boost, tube screamer, what have you, and this does that. Without sacrificing the tonal character of the pedal, without sacrificing your low end, and it's what really made it for me. Another cool feature is it has a built-in gate with, I think, 3 stages internally. I don't know, I didn't open it up to mess with it because where it was set was fine. Now, one thing I will say is I tried it as a preamp. I tried it into the effects loop of my EVH Stealth, and I tried it direct into my interface with some IRs, and I didn't like it. Both times it was really dark and harder to dial in. I feel like if you have a power amp, something like a Seymour Duncan Power Stage with a powerful EQ, you could really dial it in and get some awesome crushing tones with it that way. But just direct into a power amp or to an IR, it wasn't doing it for me, and I didn't dig it. But as a distortion pedal into the clean channel of my EVH Stealth, it is killer. So we're going to hear that in mix, and then we're going to hear it out of mix. I'm just going to play with all the knobs so you can hear how everything sounds. Let's check it out. So yeah, as you can hear, really crushing distortion pedal. I wish distortion pedals like this had been out when I first started playing and was using all the various terrible distortion pedals I was using back then. It's really awesome, and I think you guys should go check it out. I'm gonna have a link down below to Klirrton. Thanks for watching. Stay metal.